My name is Izzy Sanchez. I'm married to Maribeth Sanchez. We have a daughter named Kiani. And I have 5 grandchildren, 4 on earth, 1 in heaven. I was born into a Catholic family. I was baptized as an infant. But life has been complicated enough to worth writing a book about, literally. Gay father, very abusive stepfather. I had 2 sisters die. My sister-in-law was murdered. I became a dad at 14. When you have that type of life, you kind of, things are really complicated. So there's really not that much room for God. I mean, especially, when you live that life, my God was the God that punished, you did that wrong, so, yeah, I mean, I was really in debt there to God, so there was no way in, so that was my God. 2013, I had hit another devastating low. My father and I lost over $300,000 in a business, and Maribeth and I, because of that business, it really hurt us. And then I got into a really bad car accident, and it was just kind of one of those things where it's kind of a miracle that you're around, hit a wall like at 70-something miles an hour. And she came, picked me up at the hospital, and while we were picking up the pain meds and whatnot, there was this book on the shelf called When Couples Walk Together. I showed it to her, and we took it home, and I said, babe, we have nothing left. So we're really fighting at that point to stay together. And I was really vested because I have other children, and they're all from broken families, so I didn't want Kiani to have that too. So in that book, what Maribeth and I agreed was, Kiani didn't know God. She had no God, and the book was really Christian based, and we learned so much about each other. We learned a lot. Fast forward, my daughter Sally told me about Skyline, and she goes, Dad, I wanna dedicate Amethyst at this church, Skyline. I'm like, all right, cool, we'll be there. That Thursday, Amethyst passed away. It's weird because I didn't find Skyline. We say Skyline found us. We never made it here that Sunday, but when Pastor Chris got wind of what happened, he actually went. He was there at the service and there at the burial. Skyline was really working, and I saw the transformation in Maribeth and Kiani and Sally and my son Mark. Slowly but surely, we got more and more involved, and one day I just realized, Skyline felt like home. One day I came, and it was just it felt good to help. It felt good to fold chairs and break down, to serve with my body, serve a greater cause, and we felt like family. I was still wrestling with my emotions, and I had tried to kill myself a lot of times. I lusted for death. And when Amethyst passed away, the day of her burial, one of the reasons Maribeth wasn't around was I tried to take my life. I drank Xanax and all kinds of stuff. Threw up in the morning, and there I was, really, you're not gonna take me? And so I was still lusting for a way out. And I've gotten out the previous night, got home 5, and Maribeth was going to a concert, and I don't know why. She says, if you wanna come, come. And I went with her. Pastor Luis Palau, who was the pastor that day, said something, and it almost felt like he just looked at me and said, you're looking for peace, and you can try everything and anything, but you're not gonna find it anywhere. You're only gonna find it in me. And I prayed, and I just, all of a sudden, it's just all this burden, this pain, this years of resent and anger just disappeared. I knew what was right, but Maribeth and I still had issues with trust, and we both had things that we. You ever heard this saying, "The truth will set you free"? It was weird because we both had that. We were meeting with pastor, but we were making slow progress, and one day we just had it all out, and we just these secrets and these lies. Once they were put on the table, they lost all their power, and once they lost their power, I could see past the nonsense into this beautiful woman who was my soulmate, my best friend, mother of my daughter, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta marry her. I met with PC, and I just started to feel this inkling like I was keeping her hostage. I knew she wanted to be baptized. I didn't want to be baptized at that moment, but I just felt like, my God, Maribeth becomes such a different person, and she gets up extra early to be here and greet in the front. And one day I was like, well, forget that. I want to go to church as a family. And she looked at me, she goes, I need this. I need this. Please don't take that from me. And she was a different person. Like, she's so reserved. But when she's serving God, she's just this outspoken person. You saw her. I want to tell my story, and that's not who she is. And so it was just, I knew that she could do so much more. And I was holding her back from being baptized, and I talked to pastor, and I purposely, and I knew I needed Kiani to see that we were doing things the right way. So I spoke to Kiani, and I'm like, baby, I'm willing to do this, but only if you promise me you'll save yourself from marriage. And if we're in this together, if you're not gonna do it, then then mommy doesn't know anything, and we're done. And she was like, of course. So I led her down this path, thinking that things were done. We were done. So I knew what I was doing. I said, I can't keep you hostage anymore, which is literally what I felt. And she's over here like, babe, and she's crying, and I'm like, yeah, so we gotta get married. And just something flipped. And then when we got married, that's when I felt it. It was weird to be sober and usually equate marriage with hangover. The hangover. I was a promoter. I was a singer performing for a lot of people, and I'm thinking, my bachelor party was delivering supplies and going paintballing, and it was something so euphoric, like to feel that same, when you drink, to feel that elation and that disconnect, and I felt this sober, seeing Maribeth coming up that aisle and getting married, and that's when I knew, I'm like, baby, we gotta get baptized now. And here we are. Life is different. I live for peace. I love to help. Look at my wife now. She's just love. And my church, my brothers in Christ, my family. It's incredible. Incredible